10 brain-boosting activities you must do before it's too late. At 92, Margaret still beats her grandkids at card games, remembers every birthday, and never misses a chance to tell a great joke. Her secret? She treats her brain like a treasure, nurturing it, challenging it, and keeping it sharp. While others her age struggle with forgetfulness, Margaret thrives. The truth is, your brain doesn't have to slow down with age. But you must take care of it before it's too late. Today, we're revealing 10 powerful brain-boosting activities that can protect your memory, sharpen your thinking, and help you stay mentally vibrant for years to come. And the first one? It's something simple, but surprisingly powerful. 1. Daily reading. Keep your mind active. Have you ever walked into a room and forgotten why you went in? Or struggled to remember the name of an old friend until hours later? It happens to all of us, but when it becomes a pattern, it can feel unsettling. That's exactly how Eleanor, 78, felt before she rediscovered her love for reading. She had always enjoyed books, but had fallen out of the habit over the years. One day, after misplacing her keys for the third time in a week, she decided to challenge herself. She picked up a mystery novel and read a chapter each morning. Within weeks, she noticed something remarkable. She wasn't just engaged in the story, she was sharper, quicker, and more alert in everyday life. Science backs this up. Reading strengthens cognitive function, improves memory, and keeps the brain engaged. When you read, your brain processes new information, makes connections, and even strengthens neural pathways, helping to prevent cognitive decline. The beauty of reading? It's not just about mental sharpness. It's about getting lost in a good story, feeling inspired, and keeping the joy of learning alive. And if you're up for something even more challenging, why not take it a step further? 2. Learn a new skill. Challenge your brain. They say you can't teach an old dog new tricks, but that's just not true. In fact, your brain craves new challenges, and learning something new is one of the best ways to keep it young. Take Susan, 80-odd. She had always admired people who spoke multiple languages, but she assumed she was too old to learn one herself. That is, until her granddaughter introduced her to a simple language learning app. She started practicing for just 15 minutes a day. At first, it felt impossible. Words jumbled together, phrases didn't stick. But then something clicked. After a few months, she could order a coffee in Spanish, and the pride she felt was immeasurable. Studies show that learning a new skill creates new neural connections, helping to improve memory and cognitive flexibility. Whether it's learning a language, picking up a musical instrument, or even trying a new craft like knitting or watercolor painting, the brain thrives on novelty. The best part? When you challenge your brain, you're not just learning. You're proving to yourself that you're still growing, thriving, and capable of anything. And speaking of challenges, let's talk about a fun and engaging way to keep your mind sharp every single day. 3. Puzzles and brain games, the fun way to stay sharp. Ever spent minutes searching for your glasses only to find them perched right on your head? Or tried to recall a familiar face but struggled to place the name? These little lapses can feel frustrating, but there's a simple way to strengthen your memory. Play games that challenge your brain. That's exactly what Margaret, 86, discovered when she made puzzles her daily ritual. Every morning with her coffee, she tackled a crossword. Some days she breezed through it, other days she struggled, but over time, she noticed something incredible. Her recall improved, she was quicker with numbers, and she felt sharper than she had in years. Brain games keep your mind active by challenging problem-solving, memory, and critical thinking skills. They engage different parts of the brain, helping to strengthen cognitive function. The beauty of brain games? They don't feel like work. They're enjoyable, rewarding, and come with little victories. Solving a tough puzzle, finishing a game, or beating your own best time. And here's the best part. It's never too late to start. Whether you're flipping through a crossword, mastering a new game, or tackling a puzzle with a friend, you're giving your brain exactly what it needs: a challenge, a workout, and a reason to keep thriving. And speaking of keeping the brain in top shape, what if I told you that the way you move your body directly impacts your memory and mental sharpness? Stay tuned, because in the next section, we're diving into one of the most powerful ways to boost your brain. 4. Physical exercise. Move your body, strengthen your mind. Ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why? Or struggled to recall a name that was on the tip of your tongue? Believe it or not, your brain and your body are deeply connected. And keeping your body active is one of the best ways to sharpen your mind. That's exactly what happened to Linda, 82. She had always been active in her younger years, but as she aged, she found herself moving less. Her knees ached, and she feared falling, so she spent more and more time sitting. But she started noticing something else. Her memory wasn't as sharp, and she often felt foggy. Then her doctor suggested a simple fix: daily movement. Nothing extreme, just a 20-minute walk each morning. At first, she wasn't convinced. How could moving her legs possibly help her brain? But after a few weeks, something amazing happened. Not only did she feel more energetic, but her thoughts felt clearer. She remembered names faster, conversations flowed easier, and that brain fog, it started lifting. Physical exercise increases blood flow to the brain, helping improve memory, focus, and mental sharpness. Even gentle movement can make a difference. The key is consistency. Even small movements add up. And the best part? Exercise doesn't just sharpen your mind. It lifts your spirits, eases anxiety, and keeps you independent for longer. Now, while movement is essential, there's another secret weapon for brain health that most people overlook: social engagement. 5. Social engagement. The power of connection. Have you ever felt like your world has gotten smaller? Maybe you don't go out as much as you used to, and conversations seem less frequent. It's easy to fall into a routine of isolation, but staying socially engaged isn't just good for the soul, it's essential for the brain. I hope that now, during this time, that's what Doris, 87, realized after a year of feeling disconnected. She had lost her husband, and without him, the house felt quieter. At first, she enjoyed the solitude, but over time, she noticed something unsettling. Her memory seemed to be slipping. Names escaped her, and she sometimes forgot whether she had taken her medication. Then her daughter suggested something simple: a weekly lunch with friends. Reluctantly, she agreed. At first, it felt overwhelming, but as the weeks went by, she found herself laughing more, remembering details faster, and feeling more like herself. Science confirms what Doris experienced. Socializing keeps the brain engaged, strengthens memory, and reduces the risk of cognitive decline. Conversations require you to recall information, respond in real time, and stay mentally engaged, all of which are fantastic for brain health. The key is regular interaction. Even small social engagements boost brain power. And as Doris discovered, staying connected doesn't just improve memory, it makes life richer, fuller, and more joyful. And speaking of ways to calm the mind, let's talk about something that can completely transform mental clarity: mindfulness and meditation. 6. Meditation and mindfulness. Reduce stress, improve focus. Have you ever found yourself lying in bed, staring at the ceiling, your mind racing with thoughts? Or caught yourself feeling overwhelmed by the smallest things? Stress and mental clutter don't just affect your mood, they affect your brain's ability to focus, retain information, and function at its best. That's exactly what happened to Joyce, 79. She had always been sharp, but lately she felt scattered. She misplaced things constantly and struggled to focus during conversations. One day, a friend suggested something unexpected: meditation. At first, Joyce was skeptical. I can't sit still for that long, she thought, but she gave it a try. Just 5 minutes a day of sitting quietly, breathing deeply, and focusing on the present moment. At first, nothing changed, but after a few weeks, she noticed something incredible. Her mind felt clearer, her memory sharper, and she reacted to stress with more ease. Mindfulness and meditation reduce stress, lower inflammation, and improve brain function. When you slow down and focus on the present, you allow your brain to rest and recharge. The beauty of mindfulness? You don't have to be perfect, you just have to be present. And the benefits? Sharper focus, better memory, and a deep sense of calm that makes life feel easier. So far, we've talked about movement, connection, and mindfulness. But what if I told you there's another powerful way to keep your brain strong, and it's something you already love? It's time to talk about the magic of music. 7. Music therapy. Tune into a healthier brain. Have you ever heard an old song and suddenly been transported back in time? Maybe it was your wedding song, a lullaby your mother used to sing, or a tune that played on the radio during road trips. Music has a way of waking up the brain like nothing else can. That's exactly what happened to Marie, 88. For years, she had struggled with small memory lapses, misplacing things, forgetting details, and sometimes losing her train of thought mid-sentence. Then one afternoon, her daughter put on an old record from the 50s. As soon as the first notes played, something changed. Marie started humming along. Then she sang the lyrics, word for word. Her daughter was stunned. The same woman who had trouble recalling recent conversations could suddenly remember every single line of a song from 60 years ago. That moment changed everything. They began incorporating music into Marie's daily routine, playing her favorite tunes during breakfast, dancing lightly in the living room, and even singing together while doing chores. Within weeks, her mood lifted, her memory improved, and she felt more like herself. Science backs this up. Music stimulates multiple parts of the brain simultaneously, enhancing memory, reducing stress, and even improving problem-solving skills. It's why music therapy is often used for people with dementia and Alzheimer's. It helps them reconnect with their past and activate deep memory reserves. Music isn't just entertainment, it's a powerful tool for keeping the brain vibrant, engaged, and full of life. And speaking of expression, let's talk about another activity that sharpens memory and strengthens the mind. Writing. 8. Writing and journaling. Strengthen memory through expression. Do you ever feel like your thoughts are running in circles? Or worry that you're forgetting little details from your day? Writing is one of the simplest yet most effective ways to keep your brain sharp. That's exactly what Helen, 84, discovered when she started journaling. At first, she wasn't sure what to write about. She hadn't kept a diary since she was a teenager, and the idea of staring at a blank page felt overwhelming. But then she started small. Just a few sentences, each morning, about what she was grateful for. Within weeks, something amazing happened. Helen found that her memory improved. She began recalling little moments from her day more clearly. Conversations stuck with her longer, and even her ability to organize her thoughts became sharper. Most importantly, writing gave her a sense of peace, a quiet moment in the day that was just for her. Writing is a mental workout. It forces the brain to process, recall, and organize information, strengthening memory and focus. It also helps reduce stress and even sparks creativity. The beauty of writing is that there's no right or wrong way to do it. Whether it's a paragraph or a page, the simple act of putting pen to paper or fingers to keyboard strengthens the mind and preserves your thoughts. And while what you write can boost brain power, what you eat plays a huge role in mental clarity too. 9. Healthy eating. Fuel your brain with the right foods. Have you ever had one of those foggy days where your mind just feels slow, you struggle to focus, your energy dips, and everything just seems a little harder than usual? What you eat has a direct impact on how your brain functions. That's exactly what happened to Ruth, 79. She had always eaten whatever was convenient, toast and coffee in the morning, frozen dinners at night. But over time, she started noticing a difference. Her focus wasn't as sharp, and she had more trouble remembering little things. Then a friend recommended she adjust her diet to include more brain-boosting foods. She started small, adding blueberries to her breakfast, snacking on nuts instead of chips, and swapping processed meals for fresh ones. Within weeks, she felt sharper, had more energy, and even her mood improved. Eating for brain health doesn't mean a complete diet overhaul, just small swaps, choosing fresh foods over processed ones, adding a handful of nuts to your snack, or making sure you drink enough water can make a world of difference. Because when you feed your body right, you feed your brain right. And now that we've talked about movement, music, writing, and nutrition, there's one last activity that plays a major role in keeping the brain sharp, something many people overlook: sleep. Stay tuned for part 4, where we dive into the power of rest and how it impacts your brain health. 10. Prioritize sleep, the overlooked brain booster. Have you ever woken up feeling groggy, struggling to find the right words in conversation, or forgetting simple things like where you placed your glasses? It's frustrating, isn't it? And yet, so many of us brush off sleep problems as just a normal part of aging, when in reality, poor sleep could be stealing your brain power. That's exactly what happened to Barbara, 85. For years, she chalked up her restless nights to just getting older. She tossed and turned, waking up multiple times, and by morning she felt exhausted. Her focus wavered, conversations took extra effort, and her memory? It wasn't as sharp as it used to be. Then, at a routine doctor's visit, she learned something shocking. Sleep is one of the most powerful tools for preserving brain health. The brain needs deep sleep to repair, store memories, and clear out harmful toxins that contribute to cognitive decline. Without it, the brain struggles to function. Within weeks, she felt clearer, more focused, and sharper than she had in years. If you've been struggling with sleep, set a consistent bedtime. Going to bed at the same time each night trains your body to fall asleep easier. Limit screen exposure before bed. Blue light from phones and TVs disrupts sleep hormones. Make your bedroom cool and dark. A comfortable environment promotes deeper sleep. Try relaxation techniques. Gentle stretches, meditation, or deep breathing can help signal to your body that it's time to rest. Sleep isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for a sharp mind. And when you prioritize rest, you're giving your brain the recharge it needs to keep you thriving for years to come. But sleep isn't the only thing that affects brain function. What you do first thing in the morning matters too. Your mind is your greatest asset. Nurture it, challenge it, and keep it thriving. From reading to laughter, small habits make a big difference. Now, tell me, which activity will you start today? Drop a comment, share with a friend, and hit subscribe for more ways to stay sharp, strong, and unstoppable. And next time, we're diving into a game-changing habit you won't want to miss: